Okay, 10.4 is all about inscribed angles. So what's an inscribed angle? It's an angle whose vertex is a point on the circle. Excuse me. So pick a point on the circle, any point. So I'll just choose this. Okay, that will be the vertex. So let me pick any. This. Okay, so this angle right here is an inscribed angle. I wanted to show the difference. So how is it different from central angle? Central angle, the vertex is the center of the circle. Inscribed, the vertex is on the circle. Okay, so and it's inside the circle. So that's why it's the word inscribed. So let's just name it. So let's just use B, A, C. So angle BAC is an inscribed angle. Angle inside the circle whose vertex is on the circle. 10.7. So this time we're going to figure out how to find the measurement. So let's just say if you want to know how big the angle is, so let's just say X, okay? So this is angle X, for instance. Oh, you want to know what X is? This is angle A, by the way. No, let's not use X. Sorry, let's just use, but that's the angle. So if you want to know angle A, the measurement of angle A, so according to the rule, this is 10.7. Measure of angle A is equivalent to 1/2 of your intercepted arc. The intercepted arc, if I extend this, if you remember, the intercepted arc is arc BC. So to find the measure of the angle, it's half of the arc. Okay, the arc is larger. If you want the arc, you times it by 2, whatever the angle is. If you want the angle, you cut it in half, the intercepted arc. That's 10.7. So let's just say if this is 100 degrees, the angle is 50 degrees. Okay, 10.8 tells you if two inscribed angles intercept the same arc, then the angles are congruent. So I drew this blue inscribed angle and then this green inscribed angle. If you notice, if I extend, so you can see it better, extend it, then extend this angle here. Hopefully you notice that they're intercepting the same arc, this arc right here. If you're intercepting the same arc, you can conclude that the angles are equivalent. So angle E is congruent to angle G. So in this case, measure of angle E is congruent to measure of angle G. Okay, you're intercepting the same arc. Okay, that's 10.8. 10.9. Before we go over 10.9, I use the same diagram for these two vocab as well. What's the difference between inscribed and circumscribed? Inscribed means it's inside. Okay, so therefore, in this case, if this is your diagram, the triangle is inscribed. Okay, so the triangle is inscribed, the circle. Okay, circumscribed, the circle is circumscribed, it's outside. Yeah, so circle, circumscribed circle. Okay, this vocabulary. And then, so then I'm going to use the same diagram for 10.9. According to 10.9, if a right triangle is inscribed in a circle, the hypotenuse is the diameter of the circle. If this triangle here, okay, if your triangle is a right triangle, right here, okay, oh, sorry, if this is a 90-degree triangle, the conclusion is that this segment here, the hypotenuse AB, is a diameter, even though I don't tell you that this is the center. Okay, if the triangle is a right triangle, the longest side or the hypotenuse should be the diameter. So in this case, I'm gonna write it up here. I have no room here. Sorry. If triangle ABC, oops, sorry, forgot the triangle symbol, is a right triangle, then segment AB is a diameter. Okay, that's 10.9. Okay, 10.10 states if a quadrilateral or four-sided polygon can be inscribed in a circle if and only if its opposite angles are supplementary. So you can only inscribe a four-sided polygon, which is a quadrilateral, if opposite angles add up to 180. Okay, so this one says ABCD is a quadrilateral if and only if measure of angle B plus measure of angle D equals 180 and measure of angle A plus measure of angle C is also 180. So let's just make up an example here. So let's just say this is 110. If that's 110, this has to be 70 degrees. Okay, I'm making it up. If this is 120 degrees, that has to be 60 degrees here. Okay, so you can only inscribe a quadrilateral if the opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, those are your 4 rules for 10.4. So let's practice. Okay. So I covered the answers, so I can go over it. So it's asking you find the measure of arc YC, which is this. You're looking for this arc right here. YZ. So if you want to know that arc, it's being intercepted by this angle right here, angle YXZ. YXZ. So if that's 50 degrees, if this is 50 degrees, this has to be 100. Okay. So this one is 100 degrees. Okay, and then find the measure of angle YWZ. So again, WZ, there's no angle here, but you know the intercepted arc is the same as this one here. So if that's 100, this should also be 50, which is 10.8, by the way, this rule right here. If you intersect the same arc, the angles are congruent, so it should be 50 degrees also. Now you want next one, bottom one. How about arc WX? WX is this side, on the other side. So again, you have to look for the angle and intercepted arc. So if you want WX, which is this right here, so that means it's this angle right here. So if this is 35, that's 35, the arc is double. So that must be 70. Okay, and then last question, find the angle, measure of angle WZX, this angle here. Try to use a different color. This angle, WZX. So it's this intercepting the same arc as this. So if this is 35, this is 70, 70, that's also 35. In the page, it's done. There you go. And find X and Y. So again, here you can only inscribe a quadrilateral if opposite angles are supplementary. So that's the rule. If you have a quadrilateral, opposite angles must be supplementary. So you should know that 3x plus 6x, which is angle R and angle P, they're opposite angles. They should add up and equal 180. That's 9x equals 180. X equals 20. And then they want the angle, measure of the angle, not just x. So you have to find measure of angle R, which is 3 times 20, which is 60 degrees. And then measure of angle P is 6 times 20, which is 120. Again, you check it, that should add up to 180. Okay. And now we're gonna do Y. So Y plus 4y equals 180. That's 5y equals 180. Y equals 36. Again, substitute. Measure of angle. Measure of angle Q is y, which is 36. And then measure of angle S, which is 4 times 36, which gives you 144. Okay, 10.4 done.